Hey guys, thank you so much for catching this episode of Unplugged. So I just want to, catch you up on part two of my interview with Enrique. In this interview, we talk more about circus culture, the future of circus, and a little more about performing arts. But lots of fun stories on Enrique, and more to come in the future. I had a great time having his guest, so I really hope you enjoy. But here is my part two with Enrique, circus performer, acrobat, and friend.
Yeah, I think Ringling definitely was the last traveling type of like vaudeville like type of entertainment. It's a tradition that they maintained, and there's a place for that. But
Yeah.
the thing about I think Cirque du Soleil in terms of their branding and their shows is like I felt like I was watching a dream. I felt like I was watching a dream sequence. I think it captures your imagination or a place in your mind that you never visit but looks familiar.
Yeah.
The vivid imagery of those shows are amazing. I love Cirque du Soleil shows. Like, sign me up, I'll go watch them.
Oh my God. There's a few handful of shows that I like in particular over others, but I always tell people if you're gonna watch a Cirque show or any circus style show, watch anything by Dragon. He's the one. He was part of Cirque in terms of a creator and director, and he I think either popularized or invented. I can't remember which, but the concept of the tableau. So if you see something like O or Mystere, those were both Dragon as far as I know. Mystere, I'm pretty confident was. O, I think, was one of his last ones. But did you ever see, what's the name of that show? Le Rêve at the Wynn in Las Vegas?
No, but I know of it. Yeah.
That was a Dragon show. So it wasn't Cirque du Soleil. It was like the one circus show or circus-like show that wasn't Cirque du Soleil in Vegas, but it was made by Dragon. So it's like it was basically Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. It was the same. I feel like there have been other companies that kind of rode the wave of circus style entertainment.
Yeah, there's other creators that left Cirque du Soleil and they started Cirque Eloise and what's the other one? Seven Fingers, who was Cirque de la Main. And
are they all French? Is that like
Cirque de la Main and Cirque Eloise was they're both based in Montreal as well as Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
Dragon is based somewhere in Europe, so his shows you'll find in other places around the world. Like he's got Le Pearl in Dubai.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like everything with him, you almost gotta sit back, and he likes to put acrobats everywhere, and just a bunch of people come at you, and you're like, wow, this is amazing.
That's cool.
And like there should be this visual pleasing thing of people moving, and it should sort of almost surround you. And he loves water shows. So like almost anything with water, he probably did.
May I ask what productions you've been involved with?
I've not been involved in any major productions in terms of anything with Dragon. In all honesty, I just never auditioned.
So you never worked on a Cirque
The closest I did was the Dominican thing. And that project was a mix of performing and teaching.
Okay.
As much as I loved it, I never found, because even when we're starting to get into my opinion, this is where I start turning into the black sheep of everything.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So I really don't enjoy traditional circus at the heart of it.
Yeah.
As like I get kind of not in heated conversations by any means, but I definitely get in disagreements with people who are hardcore traditionalists. And I was like, what things can be interpreted? You should be telling a story. You should be sharing a piece, something about yourself using this discipline rather than just, this is the discipline, there it is. If you don't like it, you're wrong. And that's kind of how traditionalists come across in my mind. And then you've got Cirque du Soleil, who's kind of in the middle between my opinion and then traditionalists. So you've got Cirque du Soleil, who gives this like, their whole shtick really is welcome to the world of. Any Cirque show you go to is welcome to the world of Mystere, welcome to the world of O, welcome to, I can go on. It's like, but it's all, there's always some character doing this, right?
Yeah.
It's like we know who that character is. They're dressed differently in every show, but they're always there.
Yeah.
And they're inviting you. And it's like, and it's a great thing to do. It's like, but after a certain point, I kind of saw Cirque shows as like there's a beginning and there's an end, everything in the middle, it's fun. But it doesn't necessarily connect. Sometimes I'll ask them like, this didn't make any sense. Like I'll get frustrated in the shows every once in a while. I'm like, that makes no sense. Like I get why this was awesome in the 80s and 90s. You really lifted up circus as a whole. And that's fantastic, super respectable, like bow down, like legit. I was like, but on the flip side, your formula has been around so much that like you can push it forward now as like start like telling these narratives, like tell a little bit more stories rather than get lost in the spectacle of what your design was. It's like you can actually like we know you now, you can almost like start using this to tell certain stories and have opinions, like yeah, tell like more story based stuff. And I think that's what Dragon started doing with like even historian La Pearl, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't get to go to Dubai to see it, but he he took an old fabled tale of some sort, I think, from Asia, and like told this shipwreck story through this circus show.
That's really cool.
So that's what I read about it. I don't know how it visually is portrayed, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I like the fact that like he's pushing something forward.
Yeah.
I am more. It's not just respect. Respect's the wrong word. It's like, but like I feel more inclined to like desire wanting to see that. And I was like, okay, sweet. Now we're pushing. Like, how are we telling stories through just visuals? It's almost like silent films, but live and using acrobatics.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the physicality of everything that you do has to tell a story. You know, it can't just be like watch me do flips. You know, it has to have a narrative for people to engage. I take for example when I watched Love in Vegas, because I'm a big Beatles fan. You know, having them interpreted all these performers and stuff, like it's hard not to be engaged because there's no story. There's just a bunch of like vignettes of scenes.
It felt very
music.
episodic.
But you're so connected to it, you know. So I think that's the thing about those type of performances, you know. Whereas like a traditional circus, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, like, it's that old school like ringleader and which is cool. Like I'm not knocking that stuff at all.
I'm like literally right there with you. We're like, this is really cool. I like that it's there. It's not the one way to do it. And if there were people saying like, oh, I did the trad thing for a while, it was nice. And then like we moved forward. But like there's some people are like, trad is the right way to do circus. I was like, oh, it's the black and white kind of viewpoint that I'm kind of,
you know,
I like having it there. Like it's great because it shows our roots, but I don't think it's the only way.
It could, you know, that could be also another reason why, you know, Wrigley's not around anymore, you know, because the world's changing, you know, like we're much a more digital age. Grabbing attention is much harder now because people have devices in their hands they can always just stray away from. You know? So the discipline of circus entertaining is such. I don't want to say it's a dying art, but it's becoming less relevant.
You know what I would say is a dying art? Doing anything live seems to be dying.
Well, yeah, but right now, or just having a room full of 5 people is dying.
It makes me laugh. Actually, I thought it was dying even before COVID even hit. I kept seeing news reports about how like even the numbers for a family entertainment that for live shows was going downhill. And I heard that when I was working with Feld on Jurassic World Live Tour. And
I saw that. Yeah.
They were saying like even Cirque was saying that their numbers were dying down from what they were used to. And it wasn't that they were doing worse jobs. It's just that the concept of going to live events was already going down. And you know what was going up? And I saw this in either an article or like somewhere on the news or somewhere, but the numbers for like watching gamers play video games like online started skyrocketing. And then even the NFL and sports were starting to see lower numbers. They were still seeing lots of high numbers, but they were lower than what they were used to.
Yeah.
And so that to me I was like, oh man, like the concept of going somewhere was going down. Like now COVID hit. I was like, oof.
And we've all come accustomed to these like kind of staying home and streaming now. So, but I think people do want to people want to get out, you know.
People want to get out. People still need like to like get involved with other people. And I think there'll be a burst. But here's what I do see happening. That's like going to be permanent. Like we're going to face a certain permanence change forever is major companies saw how much cheaper it is for all their employees to work from home. So if you can work from home, I want you to. It's like, so the concept of like going to work, if you don't actually have to go there, probably like it's cheaper for you to stay home.
So here's the thing, everything you've been telling me today, like I'm really glad that I got to dig your head and learn all this. Cause like I've always had a fascination with you know, circus life and I watch good documentaries. And like, or just I think performer to performer, you know, it's always like it's always intriguing to hear another person's experience and life experience in terms of your career. I really think you should share more of this stuff. Like this is content. Like everything you told me. Like I can't think of any like channel or any like person who is who has an online presence who is speaking about like like what you're talking about right now, you know.
Yeah.
So like I really I think there's a place for that because like just from talking to you, my interest is back in like now I want to see circus again. Now I wish I could go and watch like a Circus Soleil show, you know. Like I think what would help um like circus shows and live entertainment is like letting people in, letting them hear the stories of entertainers, letting them see the art, letting them appreciate
Yeah.
it, you know, not just like throw them in, not just throwing them into the story or your imagination.
Yeah.
Like let them be part of it. Let them like see like the hard work and the history behind everything you do. You know, so
There's
this is
a
really
few
cool.
people starting, but I think it's small. I think at the heart of it, there's a lot of acrobats. We're essentially this is the lifestyle of an acrobat, right?
Sure.
And I think you will respect this as a performer because it's technically a performer's lifestyle. But particularly traditional circus artists work this way. You train really hard, right, on this thing. Let's say your discipline, my discipline's rope, so we'll go with rope. I train really hard to get an entire act that I want to develop, right? And let's say it's at the baseline, I would just work the moves really hard and I need to get this trick and I need to get it perfect. And the trick could be really hard, could be really simple. Maybe it's a sequence, whatever. I get it, but I do it all on my own. And the only thing I record is the rehearsals and then I trash it after I've learned what I need to learn. And once it's good, it's good. Now it's deliverable. There's the product. As again, that's what it is. And I feel like nowadays people don't care about the product if they don't get to see the buildup.
Yeah, yeah,
And we're not okay with showing the buildup in the same way that, say, a singer doesn't show their rehearsals really before they do their performance.
yeah.
An actor performs their monologue. They don't show the rehearsals of how they choose every step precisely or how they back and forth between how they're going to deliver the lines, how they're like, well, this feels less natural. Why did I go too harsh? Like you make all these decisions and they could be super small. People want to know those these days. And I think more disciplines and more other areas in entertainment have picked up on that.
Yeah,
Circus is just starting to, because if you go
yeah.
to like say was it my friends who do tramp wall, my friend Jake started Tramp Wall Tribe, and if you look them up on like TikTok or YouTube and Instagram, those are the three that they post on the most. Like those guys are getting better at showing that stuff, and then they'll show like what they're doing, what they're going through, the little challenges they give themselves, playing games on the tramp wall. But then every once in a while, like an actual act that they worked on, a video that they worked on, they'll post, and then it's just like their day to day, and it's just a group of people living in a house during COVID and playing on a
That's really
trampoline.
cool. That's really cool. I think the hero's journey is always going to be something that intrigues people. You know,
Yeah,
win or fail. The fact that you, especially because with this profession, you're content on learning and developing your skill and doing it seamlessly. You know, like that's so
mhm.
cool. You know, like
It's also not
there's a place for
interesting if
that.
you're only showing the seamless looking part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time, like hearing the story and seeing like the failures that led to the eventual success of pulling off a move, like to me that's so intriguing. So I feel like
It
that's a
is.
process that's worth being a story that's worth being told. You know,
It's
so
hard. I know, like I know this stuff and I've known it for years, and
yeah,
like I still don't do the regular posting. I just post the thing. Like I'll post a video of me working, not me working on something, but like me working through an emotional thing. But the circus part itself, the acrobatics, is used as a tool to explain the emotion rather than me explaining circus through my frustrations of it. Like that, I just
yeah,
try to
yeah,
I try to make that look the way it is, the way it's
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be meant
Hmm.
to look, depending on the product I'm making. But yeah, so that's where like I know for a fact I'm flawed. Because like,
Well,
yeah,
just keep doing it.
I guess
Just keep it
less
up. You know,
the
like
word flawed is not the one. I meant more
it's
like
kind of
what
harsh.
I'm
I was
giving out. Yeah,
like,
it's
okay,
more like I omit.
okay. I was like, you're being hard, Enrique.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I chose an
I see your
overly
videos.
harsh word. It was a little extreme.
'Cause I see your videos. I'm like, man, this is like I'm really proud of you. Like, as a
Thanks.
fan who's seen you progress, like I'm very proud of you. You're definitely one of those people that like I see you in your prime and you're doing your thing, and I'm very envious. I
Oh,
wish I
thanks,
had
man.
your physical prowess and like you get to tour all these places and stuff. You know, there's not many people I know that do what you do besides maybe three other people.
Yeah.
And they're kind of the same boat. Maybe I should have them on. They're on the
I
same boat
know
as you. You know.
we all definitely forget that it's a niche world. I forget that it's a niche world for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like it's just like going to the office for you, but for me, it's like, wow, this is you're like you're fucking you're Dick Grayson. You're Nightwing. You're the fly. You're a flying Grayson. You
Flying
know.
Grayson, the dreams. I need
Someday.
Batman to find me.
Someday for me, maybe for my birthday, maybe just on Batman Day. You know, like if you could post a video doing trapeze and
Dressed
like
as Robin.
dressed as Robin, I would love that as a personal.
I will absolutely do that. I need to get a hold of a Robin cosplay suit.
Well, dude, honestly, I feel like you should do some cosplaying. You would totally
Oh, that
impress
would be
people
fun.
in a good Spider-Man costume and make kids happy, you know, because you can do all those flips and stuff, you know, like I can't do that stuff anymore, but just dress up as Spider-Man, the joy that kids have or anybody has seeing you in costume, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ever back in town and you want to join me for a con, dude,
I've been to one Comic Con ever, and it was a San Diego one back in what year was it? I think it was 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a really great experience. Like it was almost like there's no way I can top this kind of experience, and so I never went again.
Yeah, no, I mean I haven't gone to a con since maybe 2017. It's been a while. But it's not that. I mean, not that I don't want to go. I just I work weekends, so sometimes my dates get booked and then they set their dates and then I get to go. I do want to go back and the world of cosplaying. I just haven't done it just because like I have a real job. Like I'm not. Oh, I did have a real job. I'm not making costumes all the time and stuff. But it's a fun world and.
I was just saying, you made a lot of cosplay costumes for a while. I remember that I would see those posts a lot. I thought there was it was really good.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah. I'm still I was very low on the. There are a lot of like I do it for fun. You know, I'm not trying to be like this famous cosplayer because like there are people that their life is that. But I have a job. I DJ, I entertain. I don't think it should never take away from because I love entertaining. I love where I'm at in terms of like what I get to do because it works for me. You know, like this is the entertainment life that works for me as a DJ, as MC. Like it's something that naturally just fits for me. You know, like I don't have to go and audition. I don't have to like prove my worth to some cast director who's doesn't want to cast me because I'm Asian. You know, like the thing I love most about being a DJ or doing what I do is that my race had nothing to do with any of the way I was picked by people to work for them. You know, like it's always been based on my personality, my talent. So
that's exactly why I started doing acrobatics.
Oh, okay. Well, see, dude, there's so many things that we could dive into.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna put a stamp on this. I want to have you on again.
Totally cool. Yeah.
I want to talk more and more about your acrobatic career and catch up to you.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
this was great.
Yeah, you live such an awesome life, and it's so cool to hear it, and you're doing good, you know. So
I like having like these paths that like hearing like what people did while they were over here, then we're back. We're like, oh
yeah. I don't know if you're ever back in town. Let me know, dude.
I haven't been in California in years. Oh my god.
Or maybe someday I'll come to if you're ever one place. I'll go.
If you come to Seattle, you definitely gotta let me know. Or if I'm somewhere else and you come to where I am, definitely let me know.
Well, no, I want to take a trapeze. I want to take a trapeze lesson. It's
so addicting that when we have friends come to the places where we work, you're like getting on the trapeze.
It's on my list. It's on my list, man. Like that's something because in Anaheim they had that small they had a small trapeze school. I don't know if it's still there, but there's a small trapeze. They built a trapeze in Anaheim next to the Anaheim Ice off of Harbor.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not know there's a rig there.
There's a small rig and like they occasionally did classes, but I don't know how it wasn't like it was busy, so I don't know if it's I don't know if it was something that
I feel like I know like I'm not like an expert, but like I definitely have experience with some of the rigs around Southern California that when I hear of one that I didn't know, I get really shocked. I'm like, what?
Look it up. You might have been there. I'm not sure, but like I've always been like tempted to take lessons. I just never I never got around doing it. But I want to learn from you because like you're I see you I know your work, so I know I'm good hands. So I know
I'm always down to teach, but if it never works out and you have an opportunity, I recommend taking it. And I know for a fact that you've got the Santa Monica Pier. There's
Yes, I
Trapeze
see
School
that
New
one.
York, TSNY.
Okay.
If that's too far, too expensive, or too touristy for you, you can always go to San Diego, or not San Diego, it's Escondido, or Trapeze High is. That's a really great intimate place because it's like the people who own that place live in that area, and they also own Pop Circus, which is in China, and so they have a touring. They
Oh,
own that touring show
that's
when
cool.
it's going on, and so like you get to hang out with like trapeze owners and learn from flying trapeze owners. And so they've got their own rig there, and they'll teach people. And whenever people go to Escondido, I tell them go to TJ's Tacos. Like you didn't go and fly on the trapeze and miss TJ's Tacos. Like you don't.
Tacos trapeze. That sounds like
It's
perfect.
fantastic. It's
Okay.
literally the best
Yeah.
tacos you ever have in Southern California.
Dude, you're basically giving me a date map for all my dates.
If you want
Trapeze
a
and the
really
tacos.
awesome date, it'll be super exciting, and there's delicious food. Go to Escondido, go to
Sweep her off her
Trapeze
feet,
High.
Yeah.
You'll love it. And then get tacos. Who doesn't love
I
tacos?
know, tacos and swinging in the air.
And then
like
it's close to the
Batman.
beach. It's you got
Dude,
to beat the romance off
taking
with a
notes right
stick.
now. Yeah. Dude, if I'm ever in Seattle, I'll hit you up, and
Yeah,
I'd
man.
love to jump on the trapeze.
Time.
Dude, keep up on Instagram and YouTube. Like that, it's still, those two are still the big pull factors in terms of social media. So
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
like, dude, I'm telling you, like everything that we talk about today is great content. Like you
Thanks.
guys should be telling your stories. I really think you should tell your stories because
I've made a
it's
couple
so
videos,
intriguing.
but that's the I told you know what I suck at. It's just the consistently of constantly like I feel like once I've done or said something, that's done. It's over.
Yeah,
I was like, if you want to hear about it, there's the video. But then I'll see like other people like come back to stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't do good at coming back to stuff.
Like it took me a while to get used to doing like vlogs and talking in front of camera, like with no one around. I'm still, I still get kind of weary about it, but like I find that not that I shot, but like I do better when I have someone to bounce back with,
Yeah,
So
I
that
get
could be
that.
something that maybe would help you if you had your friend come in and you guys work off each other rather than going in front of camera like, hey guys, my day. That's not for everybody. So
It's definitely it gets tedious after a while. Like I
Yeah.
did that for a hot second. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
This is not fun.
because you feel narcissistic and things like this, and you're doubting
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
I was
But
like, even when people have like, wow, that's really interesting. I'm like, I was so annoyed at that time.
I messed up the move,
I was
but
annoyed being myself in that moment.
I'm always annoyed being myself.
It's like, oh, I can't not be
You know
annoyed
what?
being myself.
The worst part of doing these videos is editing because I have to watch myself for like an hour of footage myself and edit it,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh god, you're stuttering. You're like, why are you looking this way? You're like, there's this thing in your teeth. Like there's all these things you watch. So, but it's everybody. So don't worry about it, dude. Keep doing content. Keep.
Oh, thanks, man.
Keep it, I want to
appreciate that.
whatever your Instagram, I follow your Instagram, but YouTube stuff. Let me know. I'll follow you and like
Yeah.
I'm being very honest. You have a career that to me is very intriguing, and like I would listen. Like I've been listening for the last hour. You talk. I want to go more, but I can't do I can't
I
do
know,
a 2
like,
hour
how long have we
video.
been talking now? It's
Yeah,
been a
I know.
while, yeah.
This is gonna come down like 2 20-minute videos.
Yeah.
But like this is good content. Like everything you're sharing with me, like and I think if you guys really start talking about like trapeze and all that stuff, like I think it would definitely carry on the art and inspire other kids to want to do it and like keep it
Yeah.
alive. And I think that's what, especially with such a iconic circus like talent, all that. I mean,
There's
I don't say it's dying, but like kids nowadays, they want to do.
it's
Twitch. They
kind
wanna
of
do-
dying.
I mean, like, it sucks though because there's so much more skill and so much more prestige to that talent and skill.
But the fundamental problem is exactly what we both even said. Like, I know there's this part of you that's trying to be like gentle about it, but like I'm harsh and I'll say it. I was like, it's dying. And and I know for a fact why. And that's the problem, because you need all these acrobats who've been trained physically to sort of just like trained to execute.
Yeah.
And what the job that, or not the job, but what I guess you want when you go to get entertained, or what people want, is to know other people. And the only way people really get to know or fall for other people, whether it's platonically fall for them or romantically, you need to show your flaws.
Yeah.
And that sucks because that's the last thing any acrobat wants to do. They work so hard to perfect their thing.
Yeah.
And so like I have to constantly, like I tell people sometimes when like they're making acts and they ask me to help, I'm like, okay. I was like, if you come out really proud of yourself, like I'm going to do something amazing, then you do something amazing and you walk away and you said, see, with your body language and you left, it's like, you're not an amazing performer. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no
Look
one
what I
cares.
can do.
Yeah, it's like that's like the bully in high school who picked on you all your entire life, and then when you found out what they grew to grow up, they grew up to be president of the United States. You're like, gosh, damn it!
Yeah.
Really?
You hit the nail on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? It's like
all the Jake
nobody
Pauls
likes that story.
Yeah, dude, you're so right. Well, and that's why, like I said, everyone loves a hero. Everyone loves a hero's journey, and heroes, they're not perfect. They have to fight for being a hero.
Usually, we also prefer underdogs because we all see ourselves as these underdogs, and we are in a lot of ways. Like everyone's struggling through something, we're going through something. So when you come out with this bravado, this arrogance of like I've got it handled, and then you just perform as if you have it all handled, it's like have the confidence to even showcase your flaws, not just the confidence to showcase your perfection.
So, where can people reach you? Where can they find you?
My Instagram and YouTube is Classic Enrique.
Okay, I'll put that down below.
I want to make another video, so that should be coming soon at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, dude. You just have me live streaming, just watch you guys practice. No,
yeah, we would love that actually, because we've been practicing in an empty room and we're doing all these tricks and no one's watching it.
I was just like, that's awesome.
I've been tempted, like, what if we just put cameras everywhere and hook them up to the internet?
Yeah, real world acrobats. That's
just training videos.
But dude, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. This was a lot of fun.
We'll do it again. I want to hear the progress and more, because we only touched the surface of all the circus that you've done.
I know, or even like our entertainment paths. I feel like both of us had like some points in time where we collided, and
I'm batting the idea of doing cast reunions. Of different.
When I saw you do that thing with Roddy, I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna have like a bunch of just performers that like I know that I've seen before, and this would be so fun.
Well, you know yourself, so you're the I think you're the entertainer wise, you're the second, because I consider Roddy.
I absolutely consider it. Roddy was like pivotal in my life. I still sing Shenandoah because of Roddy.
Oh, that's supposed to be our men's.
That's our men's ensemble song.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot it. I totally forgot.
Dude, I legit have that like on my phone still to this day. And like there's even like a girl I had a crush on way back when. And for some reason I shared this with her. And I was like, there's something about this song that like Roddy explained it like whenever, because isn't Shenandoah about like you're gone, you're away from home, but like you always have this song to always look forward to come home to. Yeah. And so like to me that's just been my home song. Yeah. As like if I'm like homesick or feeling lonely or feeling lost, like I sing Shenandoah and I just feel better. And I was like, thanks, Roddy. It's like my baby blanket, but in music form.
And no, that's really what the song is about, the Shenandoah rivers of home and whatnot. And Roddy, I'm glad that I got to interview Roddy, because I think that was a strong, good start to doing this series.
I didn't know that part of his story, so I was glad you did it too.
Yeah. And I know he was young and stuff, but like and he's so humble. Like it's so funny how like he was like I didn't know I was doing either. I was like, dude, and he did such a great job with all of us and gave us an accessible voice to talk to. It wasn't. He was never like a teacher that was intimidating. He was an adult that was very accessible.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was a very unique teacher, and I like the way he delivered things. I remember when I auditioned for him, like he told me like straight up to stop in the middle of it, and I thought like, oh man, I failed, and I was very unconfident.
Yeah. We all were.
And he was like, just sing Happy Birthday for me. Forget the song you chose. Sing Happy Birthday. He says, I don't mean to brag, but I've made some miracles happen. I was like, is this you telling me I'm really bad? He goes, no, this is me. This is me telling you you're not being confident. And the trick to being a good singer is being confident. You need to believe you can sing for you to actually sing. I was like, what? That makes no sense, Roddy. He goes, it makes all the sense in the world. Just sing Happy Birthday. It's a comfortable song. And next thing you know, I was in men's ensemble and I developed a confidence to get by singing.
You know what though? Like when he said in the interview where he said like, you know, lots of kids in the choirs, they really weren't great singers, but but unified. They, you know, I didn't sing with you, so I don't know.
I definitely
can't.
was not. I had like a solo or two, but it was always like within everyone else singing.
I imagine you sing well because you and I both have this kind of boyish voice. You know, were you a tenor?
I was a tenor 1A. I was definitely the highest singer.
No, yeah, dude. Don't disavow your talent. No,
I don't disavow the notes I could hit. I disavow my ability to carry the beat along. The moment he had me sing by myself, like I was like, oh, I lost confidence, and now I'm talking.
We were trained kids who had private training, like he said in the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like we were all these kids who just wanted to kind of try it out. You know.
Yeah, we want to perform. We want to be a part of something. I mostly tried out because I wanted to be a part of Madrigal Feast.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I probably saw you then because I think I saw the Madrigal Feast after that year. So
probably yeah.
I saw a few choir shows after I graduated. So
you might have seen me. There was even I did Madrigal Feast my senior year, but then like a couple years would go by and I did Madrigal Feast again because they couldn't find a jester, so they had me come in and do the role of jester. And I was like, this is weird. I'm in college doing a high school production.
You were the jester. Yeah, I imagine you're a good jester.
It was fun.
Dude, we gotta go back and do a high. Maybe we'll do like a choir Zoom.
If you do a choir Zoom, we should, especially if it's a bunch of men's ensemble dudes, we should totally sing Shenandoah.
You know, everybody, a lot of choir people hit me up to do one, so I might just do one. I don't want to alienate anybody, but then again, but some people aren't like maybe not in the right mindset or right lifestyle, that kind of this kind of thing. So
it's also like, so how many people did he teach that song, and how many people do you know of the people that know that song? Like, you're going to end up leaving someone out. You'll have no choice because you don't know everyone.
I remember I came back for one of the, like, you know, these have like a what's it called when you're from the alma mater, like alma mater night or something,
mm-hmm.
And like we all got up and sang Shenandoah for the
that was awesome.
Yeah. I think
Loved
we were
those
there.
nights.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I think I was my senior year. Did you come to one of those and then sing Shenandoah with us? I think you did, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did.
I always liked those. Those were cool.
Yeah. Seeing guys carried on and I mean, we're only a year apart. It wasn't like
you took over on a year later. Way to keep the tradition alive.
Thank you for taking my legacy, Enrique. I know you're the godfather of my son.
Were you the part of the first men's ensemble? Because I thought it was relatively new when I first joined.
I was the first student. No, I was the first class. Yeah. I was the Cyclops to Enrique Aaron's Professor X. I was. What's funny was when I joined men's, I was upset because I wanted to get vocal, but I kind of took upon a leadership role in men's choir, and like it was. I realized it's probably a better fit for me to be in men's. Plus, with the guys, there's no like we weren't worried about girls. Not that girls are a problem. It's like wanting to talk to girls rather than get work done. You know.
I've heard something. I've actually heard something about that where when guys are in a situation where there's girls involved, they're very easily distracted. But like when you take the girls out of the way, they can focus better.
Yeah. I've been very well focused for the last 10 years. So yeah,
I've been very well focused for a solid year.
Clearly, you see all my things. But dude, great to talk. Dude, I feel like every time I'm like, it's great to talk to you, but we keep talking more. I feel very blessed that we got to reconnect.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks for setting this up, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate this a lot.
Oh, dude, I love hearing your stories. I want to share more in the future. So with that said, thank you so much for being on Unplugged. Be safe, be kind, and be you. So thanks for being here, Enrique. I'll see you soon. Be safe in Seattle, brother. And we'll do this again. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for catching this episode of Unplugged. And don't forget, you can still listen to Unplugged both on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And now on Amazon Music as well. Actually, type in Unplugged Podcast. It's going to come up on different forums. I'm working on more outlets to have the show. So we're going to be everywhere. But please like, comment, share down below. Don't forget to subscribe because it definitely helps me know that you guys care and you want to hear more stories. And if you're interested in being a future guest, go ahead and leave a comment down below or send me a message. I love to hear more stories, and I'm willing to listen. But thanks for watching, guys. Be safe, be kind, be you. I'll see you in the next one.